Hello, how are you? Buckle in, we're talking about maths. Okay, guys, I am so behind. These episodes come out like crazy. They're so long and so much happens. And I know I said I'm going to do 2 episodes each for the first few episodes, but I just watched episode 3 and so much happened. And I tried to do episode 4, but I was like, this is going to be the longest video ever. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do episode 3 today. I'm going to do episode 4 tomorrow. And then I'm going to do episode 5 somewhere later on in the week. And hopefully that'll catch us all up. All right, let's get into it. Married at first sight, these people are crazy. Do you hear that dog barking? My neighbor has his dog out all the time, and the dog is always barking. And I'm like, your dog's obviously stressed out. I'm sorry if you guys hear the barking. I really am. Like, honestly, like, I am sad that you can hear the barking. I'm more sad for the dog. Down, but I'm so hot. It's so sweaty. I'm getting overstimulated with my hair down. If you see me looking down, I had to take hella notes in this one because I didn't want to miss anything. This whole episode was hot tea to me. Get into it. Married at First Sight, Australia, episode 3. So we start off with Beck and Danny. I gotta tell you guys something. Danny, when I see Danny, I go, oh, give me Peaky Blinders, baby. He could turn me. I'm just saying it. He is so good looking. He's so good looking to me. I think a lot of the dudes on this season are good looking. I'm not even going to lie. Okay. So we start off with Beck, and Beck is just explaining what she wants. And she essentially says she wants a nice guy who can have a laugh, have banter, who's easygoing. That's essentially all she says. And if that's all she wanted, then Beck would have a partner by now. I'm a little bit worried she's not being completely honest with what she's saying she wants, because you have to want a little bit more than that if you're on this show. I feel like this eyebrow needs to go up more. Whatever. Hop over to Danny, and Danny says something so relatable that is chef's kiss, so cute, and I love it. He says that you can never be overdressed or overeducated. He is definitely not overeducated.
You can never be overdressed or overeducated. And I'm definitely not overeducated, so I'm always overdressed.
Watching this, I'm thinking, I really think they're going to get along. While I'm watching this, I'm like, this is going to be the couple that really gets along like a house on fire. Like, I truly thought that while I was watching this. Then, Timu Channing Tatum enters the chat. Channing Tatum's weird twin that just didn't really evolve the same enters the chat. It's like he's like the little Pokemon he's the little Pokemon that you get before it evolves and then evolves again, and Channing Tatum is like the last evolve. So he enters chat. Look, he's cute. He's fine. He isn't who I would hire for my bachelorette party. I'd want like a rugged mountain man who's like 50. I don't know. Maybe I have weird tastes, but he wouldn't be my first choice, but that's all right. And he's a stripper, obviously, because look at him. He looks like the Timu Channing Tatum. Why wouldn't he take advantage of that? I get it. I would take advantage of that. Guys, I gotta be honest. I don't know what it is about the dress. I like the middle and the end of the dress. I think it shapes her really nicely, but I'm not crazy about the dress. I don't like the top. I don't know what it is. I'm not crazy about the dress. But Danny comes out and he is smitten. He is happy with the way she looks. He thinks she's beautiful. He thinks she's gorgeous. And it warms my heart. Like, look, I know that looks shouldn't always matter, but they do. So I always love to see them attracted to each other. I do. I can't help it.
We barely talk, but yeah, we'll get there. Yeah, she's my type as well, so they've done a good job.
I'm turning my fan on. I'll put it on low, but you'll hear it. I'm putting it on low, but you'll hear it in the background. Like, sue me. I'm only human. I sweat. Oh, that's really loud. Oh, God. I live in Australia. Give me a break. Sees him, and Beck's like, oh, he's attractive. She doesn't, like, really go into it too much, but she was like, there's attraction. I think he is attractive. Okay, the vows happen. I gotta be honest with you guys. This might make me a really bad person. I don't necessarily give a fuck, because the vows always bore me. I'm always like, yeah, the vows always bore me. And I'm like, this is boring. This is boring. Okay, we get to Danny saying his vows, and Danny makes a joke. Like, if you look at Danny and his style, I'm not surprised he said this. He screams this type of relationship he wants. Like, look at him. He looks like he's walked out of Peaky Blinders. Like, of course he wants this type of relationship. He says that he wants a Bonnie and Clyde type relationship. He wants a very loyal woman, and he wants someone who would break him out of prison, who would bail him out. Oh no, Miss, I want banter, and I want a laid back guy, and I want this and I want that. All of a sudden, does not want that.
For a Bonnie and Clyde type of love. With that being said, if I ever get locked up in prison, I'd like you to bail me out.
She does not want the banter. She did not like that. She took it way too seriously. It was obviously a joke. He was obviously inferring that he wants loyalty and someone to always stay by his side. The reason she freaked out is because as soon as she walked, I can't believe I forgot to talk about this. I cannot believe I forgot to talk about this. As soon as she walks up, she recognizes the Channing Tatum stripper. Also, how cool is that? He's getting noticed. Local celebrity. Go on Cameo, sis. Like, he's being recognized by everybody. And she calls him out for sleeping with one of her friends and the fact that he didn't call back. I mean, you know, whatever.
Channing Tatum.
He gets it all the time.
Have you seen that stripper that's making heaps of money?
That's him.
Is that you?
That's him, man.
I personally found that it was a bit, you know, everyone had a laugh, don't get me wrong, and I can understand where the humor and the, you know, it would make her look very strong to be able to do that. I thought it was tasteless. Also, locked up comment. She goes, she was acting like he wants to go to prison. Weird take. And then she goes, and he has a stripper friend. Okay, he's not a stripper himself, though. So it was really bizarre. She was like making him out to be this playboy. And if she actually listened to the vows, he never really gave an indication that he was a playboy, like, ever. She just was holding on to things. It was really bizarre.
Just to be honest with you, I think that he kind of made mention in his vows of, you know, if he gets arrested and whatnot, and I just, like, I know that I can be quite wild and fun, but, like, I really want to settle down. Hammered, acting a fool, to the point of getting arrested.
And for someone who is laid back and loves banter, she can take it. I mean, she can dish it, but can't take it. And I hate people like this. So I'm starting to get really annoyed with Beck. Like, Beck can actually go somewhere else. She's annoying me because one thing I hate is people who say they can take jokes and then the jokes come their way and they're like, no. Honest with you, Beck, if you won't bail him out, I will. Oh, yes, I will. Yes, I will. Go ahead and step off the altar, baby, because I'm about to make my way up to marry that man. Okay, I'll bail him out of jail. Yes, I will. Oh, they go to take the photos. Oh my God, they go to take the photos and Beck is being so catty. Thing that breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. So Danny's wearing this little crown to represent the fact that he's British. But he also liked that it was like a little queen crown, and he was gonna give it to her. Now, she is now his queen. She, during the photos, starts making fun of it. I shit you not. She starts making fun of his outfit, like the crown. The gall. The absolute gall. And it wasn't even in a bantery way. It was so gross. Like, I actually was like, oh, Beck, you're a bitch. Like, Becky the bitch. It was so not okay. Who do you think you are? And he looked great. He looked scrumptious. He looked awesome. You are just a mean girl. Reception. And I think Beck starts to see that he's actually a really nice guy. She asks him questions and kind of confronts him on all the jail talk. God. And he was like, it was just a joke. It was seriously. And he was so nice about it that she really didn't have like any choice but to like let it go, you know? So they're warming up to each other. They are. And I don't really care. Like, she is lucky that he is even still interested. He was so nice throughout everything. He was so understanding. Because I would have been like, Beck. But anyway, she was really happy with the way that he like conducted himself. So she starts warming up to him. So Beck takes him aside and she apologizes. And look, good for her. I've forgiven her a little bit. I
thought you were a party animal, but you've just really changed my mind, and yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
She is realizing that she was way out of line. And look, there has to be room for forgiveness in our hearts. You know, these people are being televised. So if I was televised, I'm sure the whole world would be mad at me a lot too. So she apologizes, and Danny boy has actually makes such a good point of like, I'm glad this kind of like happened, and I'm glad she did that because it shows that she can, you know, own up to her mistakes. And it was really sweet. It was. But then he goes to give her the brooch, and he says, I know you don't like it, but I was going to give it to you. And she was like, oh, you know, this is your first gift to me. You know, it's really ugly, but I appreciate the gesture. Just shut up. Just actually, someone needs to just, if I was a producer, I'd be like this in the background. Just shut up. And it's actually not that ugly. It's like, it would be a cute souvenir to have. Like, I wouldn't wear it, but that's just because I don't have anything I could wear a brooch with, but it's a cute souvenir to have. And you don't need to say everything that comes to your head. Why do people think there is such a difference between being honest and open and just saying anything that comes to your head? One is genuine and the other one's stupid. It's just like, ew. Like, that's, I totally, if you watch my first episode of Maths, I had Beck's back. I had my girl's back. And she's let me down. She's embarrassed me. You're embarrassing me, Beck. You're making me look like I'm a bad judge of character. They go to the hotel and they wake up the next day. They wake up the next day. Oh, yes, they do. Yes, they do. And she's like, no, we weren't intimate, but we did like a lot of cuddles, a lot of like kisses. And then she went, he's huge. He's packing. And I was like, I knew it. I knew it. Oh, I knew it. Oof. I knew it. Ooh.
There was no intimacy last night. Definitely lots of kisses and cuddles. You can wait to the honeymoon. He's packing.
And like the producer was like, how could you tell? And it's like, girl, they're making out. Like, you know, you get on top, you can feel it, you know, or you cuddle afterwards, you can feel it. Like, I was like, is the producer okay? Like, how does she not know that? This is where it gets bad. Oh, this is where it gets bad. Oh. Oh, I feel for Beck. I feel for Beck. They go on their honeymoon. They go on their honeymoon and they're intimate. She comes out glowing. She's glowing. She's saying what a great time they had. What she goes, I couldn't imagine, you know, how awkward would it be if it wasn't good. It pans to Danny and he goes, it wasn't good. Ooh. And he was nice about it, of like, he was like, you know, she's a beautiful girl and it's, you know, not really to do with her. It's like us. It's like we're not compatible, it feels like. And I felt so bad because she's over there, in front of him. She was doing it in front of him. She was like, yeah, we got such a great connection. And I was just like, oh, no.
Sensational all round, people. Good shag, good sleep. Good shag. It was a sensational night.
Oh, God. Oh, God. So I don't know what's going to happen to Danny and Beck, because Danny's now being a little bit distant. You know? He's being a bit weird now. So that's really hard. Oh, it's so hard because, you know, you feel for Beck, but then at the same time, like, Danny's allowed to have these feelings. Like, he shouldn't have to be forced into feeling something he doesn't feel. You know, he's not being rude or mean, but now he's starting to get a little bit distant. And I'm like, ooh, Danny, don't be a dick. Don't be a dick, Danny. But, like, he can still be honest with how he's feeling with the intimacy without being really distant. So it's going to be a hard one, guys. And she's starting to tell that it was the intimacy. Oh, God. Guys, she was crying. It was a mess when he told her. And, I mean, who wouldn't cry at that? You know, I understand completely. Danny is allowed to feel the way that he feels, but Beck can't help the way she feels. Like, it is rejection. It feels like rejection. And it kind of is rejection, but, you know, it's not Danny's fault at the same time. It's such a hard situation to be in. I'm just like, it's such a difficult situation to be in. I feel so bad for the both of them because they really did start off strong. They really did. Okay, now we're on to Chris and Brooke. And I think we've all seen Chris on TikTok. We've all heard the things he has to say. Oh, yes, Chris. I've seen the clips.
See a short overweight blonde girl with fake tan, with just caked on little pink cheeks, and then the orange hands. I'm gone.
Chris is a grade A douchebag. Chris is probably a part of the Andrew Tate cult. Chris has probably taken a man course where you become more manly. Chris is everything I pray to God will never happen to me in a relationship. And Chris is like, to his friends, he goes, I'm going on this because I've tried Hinge and Tinder and they never work out. And I'm pretty sure the reason they never work out is because you've probably been banned off of it. You know, that's just speculation, but you probably got banned off of it for harassing women. But anyways, and right off the bat, he's insulting the experts. And if you don't believe in the experts, then why the fuck are you on the show? It's like, you're ridiculous. Like, you're obviously clout chasing. Like, you're such a joke to sit here and make fun of everyone else, but you're the one applying to the show. Like, you know, it's like, you know, whatever. He's a footy player. Yeah, good for him. Like, you can tell he uses that to feel better than everyone. You can tell he's an elitist. You know, he plays sports and he's fit and he's good looking, which to me, he isn't even good looking. And therefore, he can talk down to other people. He talks about how he's made enemies, and I don't understand that. You're not a famous person. You're not a political figure. How the fuck are you out here making enemies? I don't have any enemies. Like, what does that even mean? What does that even mean? He goes, I have a lot of enemies, but I also have some friends. And what are you doing? Are you walking down the road insulting people? Probably. A huge red flag for me is he says he's never had a girlfriend. Not a girlfriend as in dating, but a friend that is a girl. I'm like, well, you ain't talked to girls in school and just like said, hey, how's your day going? Like, what the fuck does that mean? Hey, so Brooke enters chat. Of course they choose a model for him because the experts don't want to be challenged. You know, they don't like being, you know, they don't want this guy to prove them wrong. So they're going to give, of course, he's going to be rewarded with a very hot model. It's like, ugh, whatever. A tale as old as time with this show. So Brooke is a model. She's on this show because she's been cheated on a lot. And, you know, all of her partners have done some really despicable things. And I feel for the girl. I do. Like, I understand where she's coming from of like, I'm on here because it's hard to find someone who's not cheating, and it is a bit of an epidemic. Hey, like it really is. So I feel for the girl. I really do. She's just really young. Like, a lot of these people are young. It doesn't feel like very necessary to go on this show at your age. Like, I know that you want to find someone, and I get that, but like, and 27 to go on Married at First Sight is pretty insane to me. I'm like, okay, maybe we could give it a few more years. Like, the wedding day comes. Oh, yes, it does. The wedding day comes. And it's raining. And Chris is having a fucking meltdown over it. You would think he's a witch and he's going to melt in the rain the way he's acting. The way he is acting in the rain is insane. He is so upset. And I was a little bit weirded out. Not weirded out, but I was like, how romantic if everyone in like the chairs, like the families had their umbrellas and they weren't getting wet. How beautiful if it was they did their vows in the rain and got wet. And like, I just thought that would be really beautiful. Like, I personally, for me, I wouldn't hold an umbrella while I did my vows. Like, I would just let me and my groom like get wet and like just take romantic photos. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm being too much of like a romantic to like into like a movie. Sounds like a movie scene, but I just love it. Like Sweet Home Alabama when they run on the beach, you know? Chris is a total diva. He complains about everything. So he is super upset. He even said like, oh, are we still going to do the wedding? We're not canceling the wedding because it's raining. Are you insane? No. Who are you, Mariah Carey? No. Now walking down the aisle, and I like Brooke's dress, but I like it for a reception dress, not a wedding dress. It kind of makes me feel like she's not taking this seriously. She's like, I'm not going to wear like a ball gown. Like, this isn't real. That's what it gave to me. And I was kind of like, but look, it's a reception dress. It's not a wedding dress. It literally gave this is a joke to me a little bit. It's a beautiful dress though it is. But I was like, okay, all right. It was a little bit of an Easter dress or a reception dress. I was like, yeah, you're not taking this seriously. I like Brooke. I do. I like Brooke. But, and I know Chris deserves it. Chris probably deserves this. But she didn't have to embarrass him like this. She didn't have to do him like this. She walks up to that man and she goes, where are the inches? Are you joking?
Yeah, get on. Where's the inches?
That's
It has to be like, that has to be some type of karmic payback for like the little comments he's made towards like production and all of that, because I'm like, that is dog. That is damn. She did it in front of everybody to comment on his height. And he was, look, I cannot blame Chris on this one. I would be pressed too. I'd be like, damn, God, tell me how you really feel. Oh, that was so hard to watch. I was like, oh my God, what? Because I was like, what does she mean? And then I got what she meant. I got what she meant when everyone made that look. I was like, oh, to be a fly on the wall, to feel that tension. Where are the inches? What if she says that the wedding night? Oh, Lordy. Oh, no, no, no. Vows suck. I mean, I'm already bored by the vows, but Chris's vows suck. I mean, suck. Massive, gorilla, dirty, dog water. Suck so bad. I should have wrote down what he said, but he was just talking about himself, and he sounded very egotistical, and he just was also talking about like things that he doesn't like, and also insulting the production and the experts again. And it's like, these are wedding vows, not a roast. Like, chill out. He's such a dick. So rude. And so after that, I didn't feel as bad about the height, you know? I was like, well, he had it coming. He only had himself to blame. I mean, do you want them to kick you off the show? I don't even know why they have you on this show. I'd be like, get off. I'm not paying for your wedding. Fucking rude. So it's time for a kiss, and I think Brooke was so taken aback by like the negative vows and his like energy, which is like, girl, you called him short right off the bat, so I wouldn't even. But she won't kiss him. When the kiss comes, she goes, I'll give you a hug. Like, she wasn't awkward about it. She just went in straight for the hug, made it really clear without making it like very robotic and awkward. Like, you know, everyone knows that they haven't met before. I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but like, I can understand why it's awkward. Chris throws a hissy fit. I'm like, girl, calm down. He is throwing a hissy fit the whole time. He even at the photos, when they were taking the photos, he like threatened to like, he like joked, not threatened, but he was like joking about throwing her in the pool. You're not helping yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you haven't done anything to help yourself get a kiss. But yeah, he was not happy. I mean, look, I would have kissed anyone else but Chris too. Anyone. I would have kissed anyone but Chris. So I get where she's coming from. But then the reception happens, and she's so funny. She's like, you know, Chris is obviously a diva, and I could not agree more. That's the first word I thought of when I heard about him talking about the rain and all that. But then they figure out that they're both quite particular people, and that might go really well into living together. And they kind of start warming up to each other because they both, I think, are a bit, you know, OCD, and like they have things in common and all of that stuff. And they actually start warming up together, and they like cut the cake together. And when they're cutting the cake, someone was like, kiss her on the cheek, and he was like, no. And you could tell he was just saying that just because she said no. And if that's how you're starting off your relationship, a tick for tack, girl, couldn't be me. I just kiss her on the cheek. You wanted the kiss in the first place. Like, you can tell he's that type of person. He's like, I'm going to embarrass myself. He don't want to kiss me. Yeah, I'm not going to kiss her. It's like, oh my God. Grow up, queen. Such a queen. Quick recap of the honeymoons at the moment. Nothing super exciting happened, so I'm just going to do a really quick recap. So with Mel and Luke, Mel is still pissed off. She feels like her and Luke have no chemistry. I personally think that if she actually gave it a chance, they would have chemistry, but she cannot get past the fact that he embarrassed her. So she's being really rude. She won't share the bed. And then I think they were low on blankets. And he was like, oh, if I'm having to sleep on the couch or whatever, can I at least have a blanket? And she went, do you think a towel would be okay? And afterwards, it seemed like they laughed it off, but you could tell that she actually was not joking. Like, it was actually disgusting. Her behavior is disgusting. I think her behavior is not okay. You don't even have to like him to be nice. Like, you're not even being nice, you know? And even at one point, he asks her, he's like, hey, can you just be nice, you know? So I don't like Mel. That whole ethereal, whimsical stuff is X'd out. Out you go, out the door. You were putting on a facade. You're actually a... And then we have Alyssa and David. I don't know if it's Dave or David. David. And he falls in the shower and busts his knee. Do you guys reckon they were trying to get on in the shower? Trying to get on in the shower? You know he can pick her up. You know he can pick her up and throw her away. He's trying to pick her up and throw her around in the shower. But he busted his knee, and Alyssa said, no worries. I've been a nurse for a very, very long time. 12 years, I think. I am on the rescue. And she goes and she fixes him up, and he is in love. He has his sexy nurse taking care of her. And then there is Rachel and Steven, and they're getting along pretty well. The only thing is that the producers did them so dirty. Steven has food poisoning. They go to the villa they're staying at. There's no door on the bathroom. It's just a curtain. And you could tell he's not feeling well. So we left off the episode with Rachel having to probably sniff Steven's shit. That's where we kind of leave off for today. We're on episode 4 now. I'm excited to do these. I think they're super fun, but I think I'm going to stick with this style of just a quick run through because they are such long episodes. I would be making like 6-hour videos each week about math. So I think I'll stick with this type of format. Comment below what you think about the couples. Who's your least favorite couple? Who's your favorite couple? What you think about the people who have entered the experiment. Like and subscribe if you want to see more and if you enjoyed. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.